Welcome back to another episode of Game Day Goon NBA Season Previews. I'm your host, Exclusive, and today we'll be talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, the Cleveland Cavaliers were a team that finished 51-31 last year. They had a very good season. They did have a first-round exit to the New York Knickerbockers, and I don't think they are happy with that. So what they did this offseason was went out and refined their bench. Who left? Well, Danny Green's gone, Robin Lopez is gone, C.D. Osman's gone, Lamar Stevens is gone, and Dylan Windler's gone. Who did they bring in? They brought in Ty Jerome. They brought in George Niang. They brought in longtime great Tristan Thompson, Brampton, and they brought in the sharpshooter Max Strus and Damian Jones. Now, what I like about their acquisitions is that they got Max Strus. I think this is going to solidify their starting lineup. They have one of the best young cores in the game with Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen. You slide Max Strus into that offense is going to be ridiculous come this year. And I can see them matching their win totals last year at 51 easily. Last year, they had the best defense in the league, holding teams to 106.9 points a game. And I think they had the second highest differential in points in the whole association, which is really good for them as well. So they have over and under of 50.5 wins for this season. I can definitely see them getting back to 51, 52 wins. Just because they're a younger team, they shouldn't be banged up. They should come in and play each person should at least come in and play 70 plus games. And I think that'd be good enough for them to beat their 50.5 over and under for wins this season. So if you're a betting man and you want to take that bet, I'm probably hitting the over on that one. Now, they're fantasy relevant players. It's very interesting because the Cleveland Cavaliers have 4 players with an ADP under 50. Yes, I said that correct. 4 players with an ADP under 50. And that is Darius Garland, that is Donovan Mitchell, that is Jarrett Allen, and that is Evan Mobley. Now, Donovan Mitchell's at 17.9. Evan Mobley's at 37.4. Darius Garland's at 39.7. And Jarrett Allen's at 47.7. Now, that is pretty dope, in my opinion. This team, this young core, they're good. They mesh well together. We all know Donovan Mitchell is going to be the guy that's going to get you that bucket. He's their high-flying scorer. He can shoot the ball well. He can get into the paint. I believe last year he scored 71 points on the division rival Chicago Bulls, and he also had 1.5 steals a game. So Donovan Mitchell, phenomenal talent, definitely first, second round guy, depending on what you want, what you're looking for, and where you think he might be after this year is done. Darius Garland is like their ball general. He handles the ball. He finished last year at 7.8 assists, and he's consistently getting you assists. He's a great young star on that team. He also averages like 20 points a game, so it's not like he's just passing the ball and doing nothing else. He can get you buckets. He can dish the ball. I love that about him. Evan Mobley, he's their young future star of that team. Very good defensive player. The only thing I would want him to do a little bit more is get his 3-point shooting up. I believe his 3-point shooting last year was under 30%. If he can get that up maybe around 38%, it'd be much more respectable. And I think teams will have to play him out and the lane won't be so clogged, where Mr. 47.7, Jarrett Allen, comes into play. He'll have more room to operate down there. Right now, I think between Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen, they can both be higher in ADPs, but they kind of do the same things. If you look, their stats last year pretty much matched up evenly. So if they can create a little bit of space for those 2 players, I feel like this team sky's the limit. Hopefully they can keep it together. I definitely do see Donovan Mitchell like I want lights, I want glamour, I want glitz. So hopefully they can retain him after his contract's up, but they still have him for another year or 2. So you know what? It's not too much of a bad thing. Hopefully they can do something special, which makes him want to stay and Cleveland will have a good core for a long time to come. Now, this team's outlook, I think they're, like I said, I think they're definitely going to do better than their 50.5 win projection. That would probably sit them third in the East, and I could see them finishing third in the East, barring no one gets hurt and they have no long-term injuries. Like I said, I really think what they did, bringing in a lot of those high character bench guys, especially Tristan Thompson, who has a championship. You have George Niang, who made a far run with Philly last year, and he's an experienced player. I think bringing in guys like that help maximize your young core and their potential and put them in a position to succeed, right? Although you have a young core that is producing for you, you still need to bring in some veterans to like reassure them, let them know that, hey, you guys got this, you're good. We're here to, do some of the dirty work for you guys while you guys do what you do best. So I like their projection this year. I think Cleveland is going to be a team that exceeds their 50.5 win total, and they might finish third, fourth in the East, depending on what other teams come out and do. And yeah, I like them for that. So that's it for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Please like, please subscribe. We're doing this for all 30 teams. Shout out our sponsors, Tenement, Game Day Goons. We out.